Hey guys, it's Annie, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be my much awaited December plan with me, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, be sure to like, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more art and bullet journal content from me. And without further ado, let's get right on with the video. So this month I was really struggling to think of a theme idea, as for December there are so many different options that you can go for, whether they are Christmas related or not even Christmas related at all. But I was really struggling to think of a theme, and then I came across loads of Pinterest posts and Instagram posts as well that had loads of these gingerbread biscuits, men with different shapes and sizes, and I just really fell in love with them, and that's the theme I decided to go for this month. So in the center of my cover page, I did some lettering saying December, obviously, using my Tombow Food and Oski pen. And then beforehand, I sketched out where I was going to draw each of the biscuits, just so I knew where I could fit each biscuit, I guess. So now that I've coloured all of the biscuits in fully using my felt tip, I'm going in with my white gel pen and adding all of the little detailed designs onto them, just to show what they actually are and all of the details of this spread. So now that the cover page is finished, I decided to go for a super minimal and simple quote page, as the cover page was super doodle heavy. I just did a little quote saying, "Oh snap," and I did a gingerbread man with his leg kind of snapped off a bit, which I think is so cute and really goes with this month's theme. So now moving on to my December calendar spread, I just drew out the normal calendar grid design that I would normally do in my black fine liner. For the past few months, I've been doing this in a grey felt tip because it looks really cute, but I just didn't think that the grey would go with this theme, as there isn't a lot of black fine liner doodling, as it's just straight in with the felt tip and then the white gel pen. So I thought I would just do the grid in black. So I did, at the top, I did once again the same font for the title December, and then I added all of the gingerbread doodles at the top and the bottom, just to, you know, add some spice to the spread. Also, I forgot to mention I did my YouTube and Instagram growth trackers as well on the left side of the spread as usual, just because I had a little bit more room. So now for some of my favourite spreads to set up, it is my mood tracker. So I did the titles for the mood and habit trackers at the top using my Tombow Foodie Noski once again. And for the mood tracker, I did 31 gingerbread doodles and I coloured them all in the gingerbread colour as usual. I did sketch these out beforehand in pencil just to make sure that there was enough space and just to, space them out correctly, to make sure that there were the correct amount in for each day of December. So afterwards I did a key at the bottom, which are like different patterns like dots, stripes, squiggly lines, just to show depending on my mood, because as normally I would do a colour depending on my mood, but as this is kind of just a one colour theme, I decided to do the patterns with my white gel pen instead. So now for my habit tracker, I did my normal mini calendar grid layouts for each of my habits. So I'm tracking 12 habits in December, and they are meditate, journal, skincare, yoga, workout, eat healthy, YouTube, Instagram, no spend, read, water, and self-care. And I just drew these grids out on my black fine liner and then wrote the title of them above each of the mini grids, and then I did a drop shadow using my gingerbread colour. I didn't want to add any extra gingerbread doodles, as I know the mood tracker was super doodle heavy and completely full, so I thought I would just try to get it more balanced by not adding any doodles to this spread. So now for my monthly exercise or activity tracker, depending on what you want to call it. I began by writing the title at the top as usual, and then on the left hand side I drew a few gingerbread doodles. I did these first because I need the felt tip to kind of dry a bit before I go in straight with the white gel pen. So if you're wondering why I did those first before the actual spread, there's your reason. And then I just drew the time at the top so I can track how much time I do, and then the date down the side. And then also above the gingerbread doodles, I did a key so I can track what kind of workouts I do. So now moving on to, I have to say this is my favourite spread of any of my Plan With Me's, if I'm being honest. It is my playlist spread. So each month I do a monthly playlist, which is just showcasing some of my favourite songs that I've been listening to from that month. Usually it's from the month before, because I'm setting this up in November, in the end of November. So these are kind of my November favourites, but we're just putting it my December theme because that's just how I do it. So I just stuck all of the album covers of these 6 songs I am doing. So the songs I did are Monster by Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber, which was only released a few days before I am filming this, which is pretty cool. And then I did Positions by Ariana Grande, and I'm loving her new album lately. I Need You Christmas by the Jonas Brothers. Sweet Melody by Little Mix, which is also from the new album. Just Like Magic, again by Ariana Grande from her Positions album again. I Miss You by Jax Jones and Aura. So I just stuck these, and then I wrote the title and the artist, and then drew a little box around all 6 of these songs. And at the bottom, I had to do it, I just did 3 little gingerbread doodles. I did a bauble, a star, and a little gingerbread house. And I just really love how this double spread turned out, because it's kind of simple but also has a lot of information and use out of these spreads. So now I am doing a Christmas 2020 countdown spread, and for this I did a huge gingerbread house in the center of the page on the right, and I did 24 boxes, so obviously one leading up to all the days before Christmas, and then I just coloured this all in apart from the boxes in my gingerbread colour, and I left a sort of at the top like a kind of like snow falling down the roof, which I think looks really cute. I wrote the numbers in and then added some details in my white gel pen, and then on the left hand side page I did a quote saying it's the most wonderful time of the year. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not a big fan of how the quote page turned out, because I think I should maybe add some doodles or make the calligraphy better by making it bolder, going over it again or something like that. But I will keep you updating in the comments if I decide to do so, and as usual my Instagram will be linked down below, so you can go and check that out when I post it and see if I make any changes. So last but not least, as usual, is my first weekly spread of the month of December. So I have done this layout for a weekly spread many times. I think I did it once in October and once in November, and now coming back with it once again in December, just because it's really minimal and it looks really pretty, and I get so much use out of it, and it just maximizes the space that you can get out of a double spread, and I really like how it turns out. And as I had to add some doodles at the bottom, just because I couldn't go doing a spread without adding some gingerbread doodles, because I'm obsessed with them and they are just so fun to draw and they look cute as well. So now moving on to the final flip through of this month's bullet journal setup. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I have to say this is definitely one of my favourite spreads that I've done in 2020. And now, right on to 2021, I will soon be uploading my 2021 bullet journal setup. If you'd like to go check that out, I would highly recommend it. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more art and bullet journal content from me. And bye guys!